to Gunners Are Us, where we are positively Arsenal.
And that we are.
Rice,
baby. That is the feeling I have this morning.
I'm on a high.
I am. Hey, I'll never come off this high.
I've been eating Muller Rices all morning.
I saw Tom Garrett from the Pitchside podcast tweeted yesterday saying there is no better feeling than a late minute winner, last second winner anyway. And even Rice said it afterwards. He said there's not many things in life that are better than the last second winner.
I agree. And we've been spoilt with these lately as well in the last 2 seasons.
Of the last 2 seasons of Arsenal, we have genuinely had some of the wildest endings. Man United twice, Bournemouth, that one, Villa away last year, the draw with Chelsea this year.
Yep.
I think I saw a stat that we scored 4 in extra time, in injury time this season. So we are scoring late goals again. And I thought that was a theme of last year. And I thought it's more luck, isn't it? Like you kind of think if you have that much luck in one season, surely you're not gonna, that can't extend into 2 seasons.
You can't keep that up.
Usually you get 2 or 3 late minute winners in a year and you think, oh, this is, unheard of. But it's just continued to this year. So this year is just, I don't even know. We are so defensively sound now.
Yeah.
It doesn't even make sense we're in a 4-3 game anymore.
I didn't expect to see Arsenal at Luton become such a tennis match.
It's very similar to Anfield, Fulham 4-3 this week. It was a very similar game to that. Just didn't expect it. Happened. Don't really know what happened. Well, we'll break that down because today we haven't got Simon. He's having some technical issues with his internet, but we do. Well, I'm hoping to have his predictions shortly because on Monday I did a solo podcast. And I got their predictions. We are 2 games in. I can tell you that all of us got both games right, Wolves and Arsenal to win.
Sweet.
We've got games tonight, games tomorrow.
Woo!
So we're predicting the weekend's games because if you haven't already heard, if you want to hear the predictions for tonight and tomorrow, I did a solo on Monday. I believe it was called Midweek Chaos or something like that. Madness. Make sure you give that a download. But we're going to predict this weekend's as well as kind of reviewing the Arsenal Luton game from last night because it's a very talkable game. We'll talk a little bit about what's happening tonight as well because there's some big games and choices on Amazon Prime. You can watch one half of football, then jump straight to the start of the next game. Then at the end of that half, go and watch the last 15 minutes of the first game for the ending. Then at the end of that game, go back for the second half of the first game.
I like what Prime do with it.
I do. I really like their coverage.
They're about to lose their rights, I guess.
Their rights.
They've lost their rights.
Sip of Monster for the working man.
But the way they cover it is very similar to American sports.
Yeah.
Which is what people have been complaining about with these 3 o'clock games we have here that aren't televised.
Yeah.
Where you get all the games as an option, you pick one. Even their coverage last night with the camera angles, the drones.
They had a drone over in the Kenilworth Road.
The little substitute dots above the score.
Yeah, it's like the timeouts.
It was all very Americanized, but I appreciate it, and I quite liked it. And it's a shame that they're going to lose that now.
I know. I don't like that. I feel like so this is a big talking point. I think Simon wanted to originally do a big thing on it, so maybe we'll save it for a Simon special. But we want to talk about the Sky rights and the fact that they've kind of. It's essentially they are just stockpiling all the footage.
They've monopolized football.
Yeah, it's getting a bit crazy because I think we all kind of hoping we're going towards a Premier League kind of network.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Where maybe it was like Netflix where you could pay £5 a month or £6. I'm sure nowadays it'll be 11, 12 quid or something.
Like the old NFL Game Pass.
Yeah, and DAZN even took over that. And I think something like a Premier League thing, you pay 6-7 quid and you get every single game because this is just ensuring that the 3 o'clock blackout continues now for another 4 or 5 years.
I think a lot of people would pay for that network. The amount of people in the world that would pay for
if you made
network.
it pay-per-view even for $1.99 for a 3 o'clock. Millions of people. They proved it in COVID when they offered it. By the way, they were offering it for $14.99 for one game.
Yeah.
They have no clue. And obviously, I think there was one game, wasn't there? Burnley and someone, Sheffield United maybe, or something like that. It was around that time. I think it was 6,000 people bought it or something. And they were just maybe we're overdoing this.
Yeah, we were chomping at the bit for football during COVID. I mean, the most watched game of football in the history of football is that one German game.
Dortmund Schalke, yeah.
It was the first live game we got off the back of lockdown.
Just pure elation watching that.
What I will say quickly, though, about we were talking about how we got all those last-minute goals last season, just before I forget this. people were saying that was like an exciting season for us because we had a lot of those, but we couldn't maintain it, which we did because we took it all the way to the end, basically.
Yeah.
And then they said this season we were going to become a bit more robotic, which we have, but we're still getting these exciting games.
Yeah.
So
is that a worry?
have we figured out how to do all of it?
I really like the Luton manager, and he spoke about it a little bit, and he was kind of saying, they asked him what are the strengths, and he said, well, they've got size, they've got athleticism, they play really nice football, they can play out from the back, they can go long, they're really good at defending set pieces, which we'll get to.
A good looking bunch too, as well.
He did, and really good at attacking set pieces, and then very good looking bunch. So he's right, and it's true, and that is kind of the
smart man.
The feeling we have this year. Like last year, I think most Arsenal fans, other than the deluded ones you see on Twitter or whatever it is,
the internet in general,
the kind of you win one game and they think they're winning the league. That doesn't really speak for the people inside the Emirates.
No,
and the real fans out in the world kind of thing.
Like we live with nerves every game.
Yeah, we all kind of, and we know we're Arsenal. Like I'm a Dallas Cowboys and Arsenal fan, and I made a joke in a group chat yesterday, which was that they were talking about me choking in my NFL fantasy group potentially and falling out of the playoffs. And I said, you can tell I'm an Arsenal and Cowboys fan because we can make those jokes because we know that Arsenal probably this year are going to be top until February and then we'll lose.
Yeah.
Like that's a part of it. And it's just, we know that's what we do. I don't think it's choking. I think it's just inexperience. We don't necessarily, we're not owned by a nation state, which is a big, part of it.
We're fighting from underneath.
We are,
and
yeah.
We're overachieving. To be honest, at this point.
And all last year, if we had a podcast last year, I would have said up until when we're 8 points clear with 10 games to go, I was saying it in personal life, we're not going to win this.
Yeah.
Because you can't. I tell you this, and I'll say this on record now. I don't think we're necessarily going to win the league, but it does feel different this year.
Yeah.
Because last year it didn't feel like a fluke, but we weren't sure what it was because we expected to come sixth and we were hoping for fourth.
Oh, we were definitely getting more than we were thinking.
And instead we were top at this point and then stayed top until the last 6-7 games.
Yeah.
No one expected that. And we were just living off good vibes and just, oh my God, what is happening? We didn't know if that would continue this year. Whereas this year, now after 14 games, we can say it's continuing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we could come fifth. Definitely. But we're definitely giving ourselves a nice head start to the top four.
Well, the overall, the solidity of the stats and the structure at which we play and the little amount of attempts that we concede.
Yeah. So last night, for example, because we were talking about it on Monday about the lack of shots on goal. And again, we added 4 more shots last night. That was all in a game in which we conceded 3, which is a problem. The other worst stat of the night was Luton had 7 touches in our box.
Wow.
But they scored 3 goals. To give you a comparison, we had around 60 touches in their box and scored 4 goals. Their conversion rate to touches in the box is over 50%.
Yeah.
That's very worrying.
It kind of fell on the shoulders of one person, though, didn't it?
It did, and we're going to have to talk about David Raya.
We're saying that. I wouldn't say one person. I mean, Martinelli on the first one.
So, yeah, if we break down their goals before we cut, because I think generally, we played very well.
Yeah. Especially
away from home. We had, I sent a meme last night. There's an Infinity Stone joke, which was, for a lot of people, we don't realize, because we've had, people don't know about our injuries, but we have had injuries. We're blessed at the minute that we haven't got as many. We've got Timber and Tomiyasu out, which is going to be a massive problem for the next 6 weeks and Partey. Partey, Timber, and Tomiyasu are 3 of our best, other than Rice, probably just aggressive tacklers, ball players, that kind of thing. Defensive minded as well. We're going into a busy period and they are all out. And the worst part is Tomiyasu will be back around mid-Jan and he's going straight to the Asia Cup.
Yeah.
And Partey is coming back mid-Jan and going straight to the African Cup of Nations. So we're losing both of them. So we're not actually going to see those 2 again. Partey we haven't seen since the second day of the season.
No.
Timber we haven't seen since the first day of the season. Tomiyasu we didn't see for the first 2 months, and now is back into the team. Unbelievable. Yeah. We're so happy to have him back. And then he's now done a calf, and he is out until mid-Jan, going then straight to the Asia Cup. Japan are favourites to win it.
Yeah.
So we're looking at not seeing Partey and Tomiyasu until probably mid to late February, when Timber will also be back from an ACL tear.
And the majority of those injuries cover that left-hand side a lot as well, defensively.
You got a left back, and a left 6 and left 8.
Yeah.
So it is just a very awkward situation. again, last year we lost Saliba and Tomiyasu in a very important part of the season, and that cost us.
Yeah.
This season we're already down Tomiyasu and Timber. If we are one Saliba or Gabriel injury away from just plummeting, I think. So I think January there is a chance we're going to go big in a centre back, and I think Mark Gay, we've talked about before, could be there. But defensively, we're talking about last night. The first goal, we are the best in the league for conceding from set pieces. I think till last night we hadn't conceded a set piece.
Yeah.
The first one is just awful marking from Martinelli. I don't know what really happened, but I mean, a free head 7 yards from goal shouldn't be happening.
Not just that, the general height that was in the team last night as well.
We went out with the tallest team we've put out in, I think it was like 37 years or something.
Yeah.
And we got beat on set pieces. And Martinelli let his man go. Absolute free head 70 yards out. Goalie has no chance.
Which he rectified at like a couple corners or a corner later as well. If you watch, he did this. He was marking the same guy.
Yeah.
Staring at him. As soon as the guy made the same run, he tracked him fully, stayed on him. I don't think he made the header out. I think it's Gabriel, but he stayed with his man enough to kind of put him off. So I think he did learn.
Yeah, so it's an interesting. And again, going into last night, we're the best at defending set pieces. Yeah. Luton aren't good at set pieces. They scored 2 of them.
A quick shout out before we move on though to Luton in general.
Yeah, oh yeah,
like the way the team was set up and the tactics they had in place, and that manager and the crowd. Like that atmosphere last night was fantastic.
Yeah, and that was the worry, wasn't it? Because Simon, it's a shame Simon's not in because he had a ticket to last night. He couldn't go because he was busy at work because he's out of control with work. But I think his dad went.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere is what we talked about at the start of the season. When Luton got promoted, I was excited because I was like, I can't wait till Arsenal have to go to Kenilworth Road and walk in through that guy's house. Essentially,
yeah.
This is what we wanted to see. In the first 4 or 5 games there, we missed the first few games there because they couldn't do anything until it was all up to speed. The atmosphere didn't seem what we wanted it. When you think of Brentford coming up 2 years ago and them dancing on our graves essentially afterwards.
It wasn't quite there yet.
No, and like some of these teams that come up, that's the atmosphere. That's the atmosphere is what keeps them up. It's a leveler.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen it yet until that Liverpool game where they got the draw. And then I think they've turned a corner now because like teams like Wolves were going there and just winning. Chelsea won comfortably at Luton, I think 3-1, or West Ham did maybe. It just seemed like the atmosphere wasn't right. The team wasn't right.
Yeah.
Tottenham went there and won 1-0.
Made hard work of it though.
But all of a sudden it's shifting and they're starting to get results. And it's nice to see because Burnley and Sheffield United, the other 2 promoted teams, are just not bringing any atmosphere, no good football.
It's missing something.
Whereas at least Luton are giving us that proper lower league coming into league passion.
Yeah.
And it's good to see. And again, an Arsenal side of 5-10 years ago would have fallen under that pressure of last night because the atmosphere was up, Amazon Prime, live TV, Tuesday night, cold.
Yeah.
But we didn't, and it was good. But first goal.
Yep.
Bad marking.
Yep.
But it's a standard goal. Second one, this is where we start questioning the keeper. This keeper is under 6 foot. He's one of the few players that was under 6 foot in the team last night. He was brought in because he was an upgrade on Ramsdale with his ball playing ability and his crossing collection.
Yeah.
I feel very confident that goals 2 and 3 do not happen around Ramsdale.
No. I mean, there's a...
and again, I know Simon's not here to completely go after all this because he loves Ramsdale.
I mean, we definitely have rose-tinted glasses with Ramsdale because, again, definitely one of my top 5 players there at the minute.
Yeah.
But he did make mistakes. I think with the goals last night, he would have probably attacked the corner and punched it, cleared out the players, whatever he needed.
He's taller. Like, it sounds silly, but the general rule is a guy who's 5'10" versus a guy who's 6'2" or 3. That extra few inches when you jump, because Raya touches the ball.
Yeah.
He's just not strong enough with it. If he is 2 inches taller, he just grabs the ball.
His approach on the ball was all wrong. Like, he basically walked towards the center of the box to try and collect it as if there was no one else in the box.
And there was definitely no foul on the play. Like, I know he was looking for a foul. Yeah. There was nothing. It was fine. The only thing that I would say is if you watch the replay, the guy who scores, I can't remember his name, he has Rice literally by the throat.
Yeah.
It's a really... I have no clue how you get away with that nowadays, but he has him by the throat. He pushes him away by his throat.
Yeah.
And then headers it in. But none of our players appealed. I don't think it's a foul necessarily.
The way he was reffing the game as well. I think
the ref had a good game. Generally, I will get to a penalty that probably should have been. But
he definitely allowed a little bit of a little bit of aggression, a little bit of pushing and shoving, which I'm fine with. Like but again, if they're
as long as it go both ways, because sometimes with these teams that are kind of the ground is the leveler.
Yeah.
they'll go with it, and they'll be like, they're constantly making these fouls, so they'll go with it. The minute you make a niggly foul, they go, "Oh no, you can't do that."
Because in past seasons we've been kind of naive to that, haven't we? Like you said last night, that team does it, we don't do it back. Yeah. And that becomes the problem in the whole game.
Yeah, because we shrivel up, essentially, like how Raya did on that corner. Like, we kind of get smaller within ourselves, more nervous, scared.
But what I'll say about Ramsdale, though, the way he plays, is he would have enjoyed that atmosphere. He would have. I'm talking about a confident Ramsdale, though, because we saw how he was with the Brentford game, and his confidence is shot. Like, his body language is all wrong, which is what we rely on with Ramsdale. We need his body language up. We need his competitive nature up. But I feel with that one, with the cross, I think Ramsdale would have cleared everyone out. He would have taken the ball, cleared them out. He wouldn't have tried to just simply collect it. With the third one, I mean, that's just a case of like laying down.
When Barkley got in that position, I nearly kind of almost actively shouted out loud, just like, don't do that with Barkley, because I've got an image of Barkley doing that for Villa and Everton, where he kind of, if you give him enough room, he'll just hit it as hard as he can at the goal. And I've seen a lot of goalies, not missed. That was a particularly bad one, I think. But I've near post, getting beaten in near post is a sin.
Yeah, which Ramsdale has done.
Yeah, like which Ramsdale did a lot last year. But through his body is just not acceptable, because he could have just stayed on his feet and kicked it.
He could have kicked it,
hockey style, like De Gea would have. But he didn't, and he tried to get down on it, and he wasn't quick enough.
Yeah,
that is awful. But again, to go 3-2 down in 63 minutes, but then to instantly come back with Waka Waka, hey. Kai Havertz scores again.
60 million down the drain. There it is.
And again, we've been saying on this podcast from the get-go, I know Simon needs convincing, and I think he enjoyed Havertz's performance last night.
Yeah.
But I've said from the start, that guy is a throwback. He does not care about goals and assists. He couldn't care less about stats.
No.
He wants to win games. He wants to win cups. That guy will finish his career, and everyone will go, he didn't score that many goals or assists, but he'll have Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues and FA Cups and Bundesligas to his name, World Cups, and everyone will go, oh, that
he seemed okay.
Yeah, he did all right, didn't he?
Yeah.
And because he couldn't care less. He was, that guy wants to get paid and he wants to win trophies.
Yeah.
And he works hard for it. Like we said from the start, even when things weren't going his way, because all his passes seemed to be maybe a yard behind, he looked a bit nervous, so all his passes were safe.
Yeah.
That's gone the last 3 or 4 games. And I do think, I said in the podcast, we need to pull him out of the team, bring him on last 20 minutes, then play him, then bring him on for 20 minutes. Don't make him, he has to play.
Yeah.
And the last 3 or 4 games, he's, at the weekend, he played last 20 minutes, came on against Wolves. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Champions League, he started, scored a goal. Week before, he scored against Brentford late on, but he came on for the last 10, 15 minutes. He scored a goal. Last night, he played 90 minutes, but you couldn't take him off. He was our best player on the night, other than Rice.
He's an absolute cog in the engine. That's what he is.
Yeah, he's, and I've said it from the kind of guy, I really think he might be a 6 or a deep lying 8. And like we're looking at Paulinho from Fulham to sit next to Rice and become the most Diego Simeone. We cannot concede. Godin and Chiellini would be so chuffed.
Yeah.
That type team. I think Havertz might be that player already. We already have him because he's unbelievable in duels. He's unbelievable tackler. He's good in the air. Hold-up plays great. And he's started to, in the last couple of games, you can see that confidence is back because he's starting to stride past players and push them off because he's much bigger than most. 6'4".
Yeah.
And you see it with Rice. Like Rice can just willingly run through teams if he wants. But he just doesn't do it. Whereas Havertz last night started to do it and you thought, he's not just doing the hard work now. He's starting to do the end finesse. And that goal last night is Kai Havertz a goal as you'll ever see, where he just kind of knocks over the keeper.
Well, it's what you've been saying for a while. He needs to learn that get forward part that Xhaka picked up.
Yeah, because that number 8, no one picks up our number 8s.
No.
Everyone's watching Odegaard. No one sees the left 8.
Yeah.
And if he drifts in that back post, he'll have headers for days. And last night, Jesus, we talk about the best players on the field. He might actually have been the best player. And I was talking about the Infinity Stones. I never figured that. We're talking about our injuries.
Yeah.
The front 3 of Martinelli, Saka, and Jesus.
Yep.
And with Odegaard, Havertz, and Rice behind, has only started 1 game this season.
Yeah.
And that was the 6-0 we did against Lens.
Yep.
And everyone was like, maybe the Infinity Stones have aligned.
Yeah.
And this is it. And then the next game they've ever started together was last night. We've scored 10 goals in 2 games when those 6 start. And that is the 6th that everyone was waiting for at the start of the season. There is something to that. I think they are very good together. But the Infinity Stones was, if you looked at their match stats, all of them were 8 or above on rating.
Yeah.
Every single player had a goal or an assist to their name.
Or an attempt or something,
Yeah, so literally, Martinelli had a goal. Saka had an assist. Jesus had a goal and an assist. Odegaard had an assist. Rice had a goal. Havertz had a goal. And then Ben White had an assist.
Yeah.
Of the starting 11,
everyone's playing their
7
part,
people either got a goal or an assist. It is spread out, and that is proper team football. And that's what they were talking about, the Infinity Stones. Those 6 playing together.
I think that's what people are missing, though, because people keep putting pressure on Jesus and Havertz to get goals and stuff.
Yeah.
They're playing their part in a team where the majority of the team is playing their part.
Yeah.
Like, people are missing this, though. They're not seeing it.
We have so many different scorers. Like, if you look at the top assists and goals in the league, you don't see an Arsenal player.
No.
Albeit Saka is just... That guy can be not in a game and still have a stat.
He's figured it out.
He's a stat pattern, but he's just quality. Like when you watch him, he is just quality. Constantly keeps team guessing. Don't know what he's going to do next. He's just danger at all times. But the thing is, the more danger players you have, they double up on Saka now.
Yeah.
But now they've doubled up on Odegaard.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, Martinelli and Havertz are getting in. And then now what they're going to do is, like, we can't double up on Saka because we can't leave Martinelli as a danger.
Yeah.
So they then shift over. Then Saka goes, I'm 1-on-1. That's what you want in a team. You don't want one top player. You need 3 or 4 that teams can't figure out who they're supposed to double.
Well, the beauty of Saka, though, like we've seen it with Salah this season. There's been games like Salah's had an on-off season. Like, so he'd have one game where he's exceptional. Next game doesn't exist.
But when you watch his stats, it's a consistent.
Yeah.
And it's weird. Like,
but
not in games.
Saka's that smart that he's in the same position Salah's in, getting double up, but he still somehow every game plays a part. Like, he knows how to work around the double up, everything. Like, so the intelligence on that kid is ridiculous.
Yeah, unbelievable player. And all of them are, again, this team is so young as well. It's really good. And at 3-3, there was a penalty shout, which I'm going to be honest, like, we have to talk about Havertz and VAR everything. We've talked about Havertz and how good he actually might be. The VAR decision, not really much talk about it unless you're an Arsenal fan. You kind of across social media. Yeah. At the time, I couldn't understand because they didn't really talk about it, and the commentators last night were very much into the idea of Luton. Yeah, which I understand.
Well, they're trying to tell a story, aren't they? So
there was a Saka one, which I don't think was a penalty.
No,
I could see it being given, but he got a shot away and then he got a pass away and then got absolutely destroyed.
Yeah,
which in the world of football, you can have a shot, and if a second later you punch a guy in the face, it's totally fine as long as you got a shot away. That's kind of always been like an unwritten rule that we don't fully understand why you're allowed to do that, because you're essentially rushing your shot because you're about to get hit. Yeah, so it doesn't make sense. But we accept it. And the only team I've ever seen get it was Man United last year. Bruno Fernandes. I'll never understand how he got that. He got a clear shot away. The guy kind of touched him afterwards, and they gave him. Don't we all kind of agree that you can kind of literally upend someone after they shoot?
Well, the amount of times a goalie does that, like where a player gets shot away, goalie comes out, clatters the player, and nothing happens.
Yeah, and you're like, oh no, you already got the shot away, it's fine. But that was not a penalty. But the one on Gabriel, there's a corner. We got a lot of corners at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Gabriel goes up for a header, and two-hand, you find the images. Yeah. It's awful. Two-hand has his sleeve. He's pulling it so hard that his shoulder is out of the shirt.
Yeah.
And he is standing there with his shoulders up, pulling down as hard as he can. And the ball is an inch above Gabriel's head. And he can't he's wiggling his head just trying to get to it.
So he literally stopped
him headering the ball. It's considering City got that penalty at Old Trafford where 2 fingers were put on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And then you fast forward to City at Chelsea.
Yeah.
And I think it was Gusto or Cucurella at the back, Cucurella at the back post. Haaland's yanking on his shirt. Then he yanks on Haaland's shirt, and then he tries to get to the header.
Yeah.
And he gives a penalty because there was a shirt pull.
Yeah.
He was nowhere near that ball. This is actively stopping him from heading it in from 2 yards. And they looked at it and said, no, it's fine. That is the inconsistency that I don't understand, because pushing and shoving in the box happens.
Yeah.
Pulling a guy's shirt off doesn't. That shouldn't happen.
To that extent as well. Like, I understand.
It's so obvious, especially when you can see that his shoulders out of the shirt. Like,
yeah, and I totally understand, like, a little shirt pull. Like, because, again, like
it happens.
Like we said earlier, the ref was allowing pushing and shoving, which is fine. Because even at grassroots level, I remember back in the day, like, I was a very honest player.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't.
The manager would say, pull the guy's shirt
literally, I came on for a game, and we were defending a free kick or something, and he told me who to mark, and he said, no matter what you do, don't let go of the guy's shirt.
Yeah.
And in my head, because I'm not up on the little niggly bits of grassroots football.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, you can't do that.
Like, what am I doing? Yeah. Like, why am I not, like, marking fairly? But again, in football throughout, there's things like shirt pulling. There's things
Yeah.
like staying touch tight. There's things like pushing and shoving. You get away with it.
Yeah.
Stuff like that though, where you're literally pulling the guy's shoulder down, is I don't know how VAR can look at that in one game and say no penalty.
I know.
Whereas in another game, a slight shirt pull is not given.
That's the bit I don't get. And again, it's usually I'd say if as long as we don't give that in any game, but I think there has to be a penalty because if we allow that, then every corner there's no way of scoring a corner because you just pull everyone down by their shirt.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Gabriel didn't go down.
No.
That was the issue. But if you watch it,
that's why I say when someone dives, that's why you have to dive. You have to dive.
Yeah, you have to let them know. Rice is funny because Rice, we were talking about last night, he will not dive even if it releases pressure.
Yeah.
But he does this thing where he jumps and throws his arms up as if to say to the ref, I could fall on the floor, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But here's a foul.
I'm showing you.
He like waves his arms as he's doing it and then just lands to feet and carries on running.
Yeah.
But it's almost like he's trying to say to the ref, I don't want to do the whole slide on the floor and roll around, but please see these fouls. But they don't.
Yeah.
You have to go down and grab your leg and scream. Saka's learning it.
Yeah.
Saka gets kicked through the back constantly.
Yeah.
And before he was trying to hold him off while he was getting kicked. Now he just takes the kick, falls down, screams, and he gets a foul.
Yeah.
And it's the only way around it. And it's a shame because they should be better than that.
Yeah.
But there is a winning goal. And there were 6 minutes added up. This is the controversy. At 95 minutes, Luton took 30 seconds to take a throw.
Yeah.
That the ref actively held his watch up and said, I'm adding this all on. You could see him, it was visible. And then on 96 and 23 seconds, we scored.
So perfect, really.
And afterwards, Alan Shearer, because he's got to be in his bonnet with Arsenal because of that Newcastle game, because he can't handle the fact that they got away with something. And he feels like they should be the good guys. The nation state team that are richest in the world should be the good guys in all this. You're right. And the same as the 115 charge nation state team as well should be the good guys in all this.
Yeah.
He was like, where did they get that minute from?
Yeah.
1, it wasn't a minute, it was 23 seconds. 2, the ref actively showed he was going to add 30 seconds. In real time, I said, we got until 96:30 because he's going to be annoyed that they took so long to take that throw and waste the time. So
even we knew that watching at home. We were saying we have time.
Even if they didn't, at 96 minutes, we had it on the edge of the box.
Mm-hmm.
They never blow up when you're on the edge of the box. If we then recycled it back, he would have blown up. But instead, we were on the edge of the box and then we crossed it on 96:23.
Yeah.
It's a great header. And scene, like we said at the start, it just, I can't get over how spoiled we've been with late goals and how exciting it is to kind of live those moments. Because I couldn't sleep for like 2 hours. The adrenaline was so high. Like,
inject that into my veins.
Yeah, because you just want to see content and just all the fans going nuts. Martinelli's dad was in the crowd. It was just
literally 20 seconds before, we were all kind of sat watching. We were sat watching with our dad. And we kind of the vibe in the room with us was just we were just sat watching it, waiting for the end.
Yeah, it was points dropped. That's a shame.
Yeah,
not annoyed, just kind of. Well, a keeper threw it in the net twice.
Yeah.
So
we were just kind of waiting for the whistle to go. Really, we weren't expecting.
I didn't really think we had it in us. That I thought we did. There was a spell after the goal, and then that nil penalty. I thought this is when we do it. And once it got to like 92-3 minutes, I was like, nah, it's fit. I was like, I'll take a draw.
It was more surprise than shock that the goal had gone in. Even like it wasn't even like my reaction wasn't like. You know, when you get that elated reaction of a late goal,
it was actual shock.
It was more like, what?
I can't believe that's happened. And it was Declan Rice. And they asked him afterwards on American TV, not sure what the network was, 105 million. You came in for $138 million.
Mm-hmm.
How have you just why have we not talked about it? And it's true because, you know, you talk about 60 million down the drain, Kai Havertz scores again. It's a constant talking point. And again, I've said it millions of times. I believe that 60 million is going to be normal money for Burnley buying a player soon. And it's just we're in a transition where it seems crazy. But 100 million is still crazy. And it will always be crazy. But I think any high-level player will go for 100 million.
Yeah.
But no one's spoken about it because I think it's in the league. He's had no yellow cards.
Yeah.
He's made the most tackles, most interceptions. He's played every single game in all comps.
The most consistent, top quality player. Pretty much.
He's scored massive goals, which is not his job.
Yeah,
he's assisted.
Rarely makes mistakes.
No, but he's such a good player.
He's the most expensive bargain.
Yeah, well, someone said the other day there was like simultaneously he's like the highest paid, like the highest transfer kind of ever, other than a couple. But he's also like a bargain. Though, like we should throw 20 million more to West Ham because. he's unreal. Like, he really is unreal. And like, I didn't expect these things to happen for him, but he does, and he gets it, and you can see he's emotional. And I said last night, he's such a baby face. He's nearly a villain because he is just too nice. Like, sometimes it seems put on, but I think he's just quite a simple guy who loves football.
Yeah.
And he really loves football. Like, he acts like a fan. And people are like, oh, he plays for West Ham, he taps the badge, he goes to Arsenal, he's singing North London forever. I think he wants to get into the spirit of the fans.
Well, he buys in, he buys into what he's doing.
He literally said last night, I'm privileged to play football at a high level, and I'm privileged to play for Arsenal. Why wouldn't I buy in?
Yeah.
And again, we're in a world where people complain about football players getting paid too much and not understanding the privilege they have. He says, I'm privileged, so I'm going to buy in. And everyone goes, that's a bit lame, isn't it? It's like, you can't really win. All you can do is play good football, and he does.
He's the most no-nonsense, straight up, just
proper player.
Good player. Like, people talk about Rodri and how good he is, but how he lives his life. Like, Declan Rice should be in that conversation.
Yeah,
like, and he loves football, like you say. He's the kind of kid that is going to watch the Beckham doc, like we've said before.
He did.
The night before. And want to recreate stuff that Beckham did in that. And then he'll go do it.
He definitely has manifestation at med apps when he goes to sleep. And he definitely watches inspirational Tony Robbins stuff, I'm sure. But I think so does Arteta. And jumping onto Arteta, that goal has led to Arteta to a ban. Yeah. So I said on Monday, we've got an impending ban for Arteta because of his comments about Newcastle.
Yeah.
Which, this is a little bit of a run. And it's not just because we're Arsenal. I think there is an issue. Mikovic has said it correctly. When it's Arsenal, everyone piles on. It's true.
Yeah.
When Arsenal, there's been 3 or 4 notable articles by The Athletic, by different big companies, and they have said, well, you cannot surround the ref anymore.
Yeah.
They use pictures of Arsenal. In the pictures, you can see 2 people. Our captain is talking to the ref, and Declan Rice is in the picture talking to someone else.
In the foreground.
In the foreground, yeah. We're talking about Man City, who have never faced a ban for surrounding the ref. Man United have, Arsenal have, Chelsea have.
Yeah.
Man City haven't. They had all 11 players around that ref for a through ball that was wrongly, stopped. But Jack Grealish was never going to score that.
No.
There was covering players. It's not a goal. It wasn't on the line. It wasn't the Arsenal-Newcastle game, for example. And Haaland screamed in the ref's face. He sarcastically clapped the ref.
Yeah.
Pep sarcastically clapped the ref and the linesman.
Uh-huh.
They called him a disgrace on the field, visibly with their mouths. And then afterwards, when asked for a comment, they said, we're not going to do a Mikel Arteta, which is half a dig at Arteta because they're saying we're not sore losers.
Yeah.
But it's also a dig that they're saying we don't want to get a ban.
Yeah, yeah.
But the fact that Arteta, when asked about a goal that we all know was not correct, even though people still to this day are trying to claim it is, he said it's a disgrace. Then and he's awaiting a ban for this, by the way.
Yeah.
That's been going on, by the way, for 6 weeks now.
Yeah.
We still haven't got the ban. 6 weeks. De Zerbi came out and said, I hate 80% of these refs. They're idiots. He didn't get a ban. He got a warning. Pochettino, who said, you've got to respect refs, in the next game went onto the field and screamed in the ref's face and touched the ref. Didn't get a ban. Big Ange, who said, you have to respect them all. He ran down a touchline and grabbed a linesman.
Yeah.
No ban. Haaland screamed in that guy's face. They are not facing a ban.
And not just that, he even took to X afterwards and said something not
WTF.
Not great.
Yeah. He's not facing a ban. That we expected a 3 or 4 game ban for Haaland because you can't do that. Man City are facing a ban. Not a ban, but like a fine, which they don't care about. Arteta is waiting on this ban. And we said at the start of it, because it's Arsenal, what they're going to do is they're going to delay this and they're going to wait to give the ban for when we have to play at Anfield or something like that.
Yeah.
They still haven't given him the ban, but he got his 3rd yellow card last night for running, and apparently it's 2 meters out of his box when we scored in the 97th minute.
To celebrate, basically. Like we all did.
Where, by the way, his assistants ran with him and grabbed him in the videos and sent him back to the box because they don't want him to get a ban.
So he was restrained.
He was restrained. I don't know any manager. Klopp ran onto the field, by the way, last year when they beat Brentford, and there was nothing. No booking, no nothing. He ran 2 meters out of his thing. He got booked. That's his 3rd booking. He now misses the next 3 games or the next game or something like that. So he's away for the Villa game, which is whatever. But he still hasn't got his ban. Yeah. And they're going to wait for the Liverpool game. I can tell you that now. They're just going to, whatever happens, he will not be on the touchline for Anfield. And I think it will be a big miss because he is quite an intense tactician. If you listen to Jorginho interview, he covers everything. And he does it during the game, he does it before the game, does it after the game. They have, for whatever reason, decided they have to make a spectacle out of him. And I know he doesn't help things. He's always out of his box. But I mean, Klopp's been doing that for 3 years, and everyone talks about how much they love Klopp because of it. So I make a decision.
I'm going to say something. It's going to be very pro Arsenal because I don't understand.
This is a pro Arsenal book.
Yeah, but I know a lot of non-Arsenal fans would probably get a bit like angry about it.
Mm-hmm.
But why, for a team like Arsenal, who have been, I'd say, in the last 20 odd years from Wenger to now, probably the most revolutionary team in the league without the help of, like, I don't know,
a nation state.
And then constantly cultivated young players. Wenger changed footbole.
Yeah, the way in which people trained, that people have talked about.
From the dark ages to now, like, he's brought forward football. Arteta's now come around as a brand new revolutionary with the way he's done things. Like, this guy never managed properly before Arsenal.
No, he's never managed.
He's now changed this Arsenal team from what was, it looked like it was going the wrong way.
Yeah.
To what it is right now. We're overachieving and consistently overachieving. We brought in passion, which everyone wants out of football. We're all doing it for the passion. We don't want to just sit quietly and clap.
Can you imagine if he just didn't move when they scored in the 90th? That's all he could have done because the boxes are so small at Luton.
And he's showing the passion. He's showing the youth that he's bringing in from himself, like as a young manager.
Yeah.
Why are we the scapegoats?
I know.
I don't understand why we're like the villains in this.
I still think it's a curse. Like I said earlier, Newcastle are the baby faces.
Yeah.
The richest team in the world, owned by a nation state. Man City, 115 charges, essentially cheated to all of their titles. They're the baby faces. They're the ones that play really good football, and we got to respect it while we get to see it. Man United, they'll always kind of take stick for being the biggest team in the world. But Arsenal, because Man United, similar to Arsenal, I think they take a lot of stick.
Yeah.
And I think it's somewhat of a curse because I think it's the Invincibles caused all this. I think they hate us because of the Invincibles.
But again, why is that not celebrated? What we did that season?
I don't know, because City's is, and they're Centurions, which some would say is better than the Invincibles. They've won it 3 years in a row. They've done the treble. But again, in 10 years, will they be what Man United and Arsenal have to deal with now, where people grew up hating them because they won everything? So I don't know. But there's the Arsenal one I genuinely believe is they think of Henry, they think of Perez, they think of trying to pass on a penalty.
Yeah.
They think of handballs and dives.
It was a little bit obnoxious.
It was foreign because there was no English players, and that was their issue. Now, for whatever reason, we bring a lot of British through.
Yeah.
They make our British players, for whatever reason, Rice is what they're struggling with, into scapegoats.
Yeah.
Even for England. You know, Man City, by the way, Jack Grealish, 100 million. Awful.
Yeah, not worth it.
He's a good player. He makes the team tick.
I like him a lot, yeah.
Stats are not, but when you look at his stats, it's awful.
Yeah.
But for England, he's got to start. He has to start. I understand. But I mean, why wouldn't Anthony Gordon play?
Oh God, he should be now.
Yeah. Why is Rashford playing and not Anthony Gordon?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So there's things like that. But Arsenal players, Ben White becomes a scapegoat of Southgate.
Yeah.
We finally have a British player, and everyone goes, yeah, but he's not like proper British. It becomes very like that.
Yeah.
And that's why they're struggling with Rice, because even Saka, there's the opposition teams hate him.
Yeah.
He's such a likable player.
Yeah.
Sterling dealt with all this.
Yeah.
And again, you do worry about why the sentiment behind all this. And all our British players, for whatever reason, become that. And that's why they're really struggling with Rice, because everyone likes Rice.
Yeah. They can't figure out what to do.
They'll definitely find a reason to dislike him.
They'll probably just say, I like Rice, but he's no Jude Bellingham.
And Jude Bellingham.
He's ridiculous.
But again, the reason he's out in Spain is because he don't want to deal with English media.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's mainly the narrative. Because we all can see on paper what Arsenal have done in the last 20 to 30 years.
Yeah.
It's just we're just going by what we hear, like the pundits say on TV, on X. It's all just a narrative that's being built about Arsenal. And I don't know if there's some sort of like hidden agenda. And that's why they do support the nation state teams more.
Yeah. And
they don't back like the team.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's some kind of money being not like
I didn't want to say like just in terms of,
I don't think it's the money. I think it might be like TV rights or something. The thing is, it doesn't help that these refs, by the way, are also working for those nation states midweek.
Well, Newcastle's prime proof of this, because like we can understand because of what City have achieved, because of what other teams have we got that do that?
I don't know.
City. Because of what City do, they back City because City have proven
they're very good.
They can win. Newcastle's a weird one because they've just jumped on the Newcastle bandwagon this season all of a sudden, and now they're promoting them as the top team that they want to see succeed.
Yeah,
that kind of pushes me more towards, okay, there is something going on here, because why would they just randomly pick Newcastle?
Yeah, and I think, again, it's a British manager.
Yeah.
They're doing everything kind of correct to appease the people in power.
And not just that, as a fan, like, I have a different feeling about Newcastle now after the game we had with them. But as a fan, I do appreciate the Newcastle setup. Yeah. I can see the positives there. Like, I enjoy what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, from afar, I can sit back and go, okay, cool. I love Eddie Howe. He's good guy. I like the team. I like that they can't quite use the finances yet, but they're figuring out a way to work around the finances with a very good young team that work hard.
Yeah.
Like, they work hard to get results.
I think certain things just become perception is reality. And there's a few things. There's a few things that don't meet optics.
Yeah.
And for example, everyone's saying this year, managers, pundits, Arsenal aren't as good going forward as they are last year. We have 3 more goals than we did this time last year.
Yeah.
Things like I completely blanked on what I was going with that one.
It was the optics, wasn't it? What?
Yeah, but it was Man United. Newcastle, baby faces, blah blah blah. Man United, all in the doldrums, spent too much money to be doing this. Newcastle's team that apparently Newcastle haven't spent any money, even though they're owned by nation state.
Yeah,
was more expensive 11 than Man United's.
Jeez, and Man United are the most informed team.
They were.
Again, I think people miss that. Like, the optics weren't matching up.
No, they don't, and it doesn't make sense. And we can see that. And it was an awful game, but I mean, people saying like, "Oh, Newcastle spending money wisely. They're not quite spending the money that they were given."
Yeah,
all this. Their team was more expensive than the biggest team in the world the other day.
Yeah.
But everyone saw them as the underdogs that overdid the big team.
Yeah.
Man United haven't been a giant team. They are still the biggest team in the world, but they haven't been a notable force for 10 years.
Well, since Ferguson, really. Like, they kind of struggled.
So beating them wasn't like a David and Goliath thing. It was a David v. David thing.
Yeah. Very much.
Do you know what I mean? Like, or Goliath versus Goliath thing, however you want to put it. But yeah, those things sometimes don't register. So like, Jack Grealish, unbelievable player. Look at his stats, awful.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes underperforms. Look at his stats, amazing.
Yeah.
Newcastle don't spend any money. Spend more money than Man United on the 11 that played the other day, because Man United were missing pretty much the whole midfield.
Yeah.
But when you look at that, you just go, we see things for a narrative that is given to us by the pundits, essentially. And that's why you have to kind of make your own decisions up and try not to be biased. So like, the Gabriel penalty last night, it's a penalty.
Yeah.
If we did that, I'd be going, that's a penalty.
Yeah.
It's not to do with like tribalism, and that's why the Newcastle goal confuses me still to this day, because as a football fan, I know that's not a goal. But everyone's complaining that it definitely is. Well, and it's like you're doing too much, because even if we had scored that goal, I'd be going, we got away with one that night.
Yeah. Well, everyone's reacting like...
I'll still take it. I'll be very happy with it.
Well, the pundits and everyone that's supposed to be like the experts in this, they're reacting like emotional fans.
Yeah.
Like the same with Alan Shearer complaining about the time added on last night.
Yeah, and their manager was not having any of it.
Yeah, because if you're realistic, you can see why time was added on, and it was perfect.
Yeah. Like, he said literally in the game, he said to who's their manager's name?
Rob Edwards.
Rob Edwards. He said, are you annoyed about the extra minute? Have you spoken to the ref to find out where that minute came from? One, it was 23 seconds. It wasn't a minute. And Rob Edwards literally said, no, I haven't spoken to the ref, and there's no point. Why would I ask him?
Yeah.
And they asked him in their press conference, what do you think of that late header? And he said, he said, I'm going to be honest, it's the perfect cross from a perfect player and an unbelievable header.
It's football.
Yeah. And he said, it's a shame. We played really well. We took him to the limit. That's the day. And they had 7 touches in our box, and he scored 3 goals.
Yeah.
We threw it in the net twice, but we created, I think it was like 11 shots on target. Yeah. Really amazing chances. We scored 4 of them. We won. It's a rightly so win.
Yeah.
But it should have been an easy 4-1 win.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Yeah, we shouldn't have conceded those
we made that real hard work, and it's going to make the Villa game away from home at the end of the week very hard now. But I'm hoping tonight, because we've got some really good games tonight.
Yeah.
The Villa go against City at home. I spoke about it on Monday. Villa are very good at home.
Yeah.
And City without Rodri.
Okay.
That's going to be the pick of the bunch tonight. I think that's the as of the late games tonight.
Yeah.
So tonight you could pick one of the early games. You've got Sheffield United versus Liverpool, Fulham versus Forest, Palace versus Bournemouth, Brighton versus Brentford.
Okay.
Pick one of them, and then you move into your late games, which are Man United and Chelsea and Villa versus City. So for me, I think I'm going to watch the Sheffield United Liverpool game.
Yep.
Sheffield United, new manager bounce
Yep.
against the Liverpool team that do concede goals.
Mhm.
Bramall Lane is going to be absolutely rocking.
Yeah.
Chris Wilder back, puffer jacket, screaming at the players.
Let's go.
It's the type of game that Arsenal would hate.
Oh.
We would hate to go against a new manager and Sheffield
Yeah.
United bounce and expect Tony Pulis 2.0, Chris Wilder.
Ah.
So I'm going to watch that, and then I'm going to jump straight into the Villa City game.
Yeah, that's the
Man
one.
United Chelsea is going to be a fun game, but for me, I just want to see, with us got Villa coming up, us needing City to drop points. By the way, let's say Sheffield United beat Liverpool.
Yep.
Okay. Let's say Villa beat City.
Okay.
Villa will be second in the league, 2 points behind Arsenal.
Wow.
Then at the weekend, if they were to beat us, we'd go top by 1 point.
That's wild. Talk about people not like picking up on the optics and stuff.
Yep.
Like that's
literally. And even if Liverpool drew and then drew at the weekend or won at the weekend, Villa won against City and won against us, they'd be top.
Woo.
So Villa can, but again, they would have to beat the 2 top teams in the league.
Yeah. Which, if you can do that,
but again, they've gone both at home in 6 days, in 4 separate days.
Yep.
If I was Villa, that's the 2 times you want to play them. You want to play City at home midweek, short week turnaround without a Rodri, and then play Arsenal when they've just gone and had a bloody 99-minute game against Luton, and had to put everything in and not make as many subs as we should have been making.
Yeah.
So, hey, it's there for Villa for the taking if they want it.
These midweek games throw the league on its head.
I'm hoping Villa win tonight with emotional, pour everything into it type game, and then they're just depleted for us. That's what I'm hoping. But
like you say, the Rodri being missing, Emery's going to want them to capitalise on that. So
Yeah.
they are going to have to go for it.
Without Rodri, we saw it early in the season when he missed those 3 games. He is so important.
That was super detrimental for them.
Super detrimental. So, and tonight I think Villa are about 2 or 3 players away from missing 3 very crucial players for Arsenal's game.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping for a few yellow cards on particular Villa players, because that would help us out a lot. But yeah, so those are the games tonight.
Yep.
We're now going to jump into a prediction league for the weekend's games. So next Wednesday's podcast, I will run through all the points from the midweeks and that combined. So it'll be 20 points up for grabs next week. Who can get close? So far, we're 2 from 2, all 3 of us.
Yeah.
But by next Wednesday, I wonder how close anyone's going to get to 20 points. But we can get a big old swing here because Simon at the minute is down on you by 14 points.
Okay.
And I'm 2 points behind you now.
Okay.
So it is getting tight. Anything can happen.
The whole league could turn on its head, and so could the prediction league.
Exactly. So we can jump in prediction league. We have been talking about our Luton game for nearly 50 minutes.
Fantastic.
So I think we'll just obliterate these predictions.
Let's do it.
Because I'm going to be honest, there's only about 1 or 2 interesting games. I don't have Simon's predictions yet. So if we don't have Simon's predictions, I'll write them down and then I'll let you know what he went for in a week's time. So, first game, Palace versus Liverpool. I believe this is the midday game on Saturday. I'm going to start off short turnaround. Liverpool without Alisson.
Yeah.
Palace at home. It's going to be rocking. I'm going to go draw.
Yeah, I think that's a fair shout. This one kind of reminds me of the Luton one, but Palace have slightly more than Luton.
You going to go draw?
I'm going to go draw. Put me down for 1-1.
Trent's goal, probably.
Yeah.
Again, it's so tough to predict something that's 2 games ahead because there could be mass if Salah gets injured tonight, I don't know. But
Anything could happen.
Anything could happen. The next game is Wolves versus Forest.
That's a fun one.
Wolves flattered to deceive again last night with a 1-0 win over Burnley. But they've got Forest this time. Forest are very much out of form.
Yeah.
They're really starting to drop down that table quickly and get into a fight, which I didn't think they were going to be in this year.
Well, they can't keep relying on counter-attack, can they? They have to find another way.
Wolves are very good. They're just not good at finishing up.
Yeah.
They won 1-0 against Burnley. That should have been more. Burnley actually put them under a lot of pressure by the end.
Yeah.
Forest could really cause some problems, but I'm going to have to just play it safe and say 1-0 Wolves again.
Okay.
And that would be a very good week for Wolves if they were to get through with 6 points from 6. But they should be winning both from home. You couldn't ask for 2 nicer home games, to be honest, in a row.
I feel like this is going to be a bit of a banger. Like I'm going to side with Wolves. I'm going to say 3-2. I think there's going to be goals. I think both teams are just going to find some goals in this one.
I like that. The next one is the Battle of the Bees. It's Brighton versus Burnley.
Woof.
Nothing to do with actual bees like Brentford, but it's all bees.
Alphabetical.
The alphabetical one. Brighton, Burnley. This could be the day that Brighton finally show up.
Yeah.
Short turnaround. Brighton tonight have Brentford at home, then got Burnley at home. A lot of teams have got a lot of home games whereas we've got the away games in short succession. Brighton v Burnley. I think this is going to be 4-0 Brighton.
Yeah. I think it depends how tonight's game goes for them, because that could easily exhaust them.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause that could be a bit of a battle tonight. But I think Brighton are going to be too much of a force for Burnley. I think Brighton win that. I think Brighton win that comfortably, 3-0.
Okay. Looking at it, we've got Brighton getting 6 points from 6 points this week. So we'll see tonight how that starts. Sheffield United versus Brentford. They've got a home game against Liverpool tonight. New manager bounce.
Yeah.
Then they're against Brentford. That's a big one at home.
Yeah.
I think they're going to put a lot into tonight with the new manager. So I think this could end up being a draw with Brentford.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go draw 2-2.
Again, I think both teams coming off the back of their respective games tonight. They're both going to be pretty shattered.
Yeah.
But I think Brentford will take this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Brentford. Okay. I'd like to think Sheffield United are going to pull some stuff together now just for their sake, but I think Brentford are going to win that 2-0. I think that'd just be a classic Brentford performance.
So I talked about it on Monday, but I think it's a big week for Ten Hag. Well, it's a big 10 days.
Yeah.
So tonight they are home to Chelsea.
Yeah.
They are then home to Bournemouth. Then at the weekend they're home to Bournemouth, sorry. Then they're home to Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
They have to win.
Ooh.
Then they're away at Anfield.
They're going to be exhausted by Christmas.
I said this week that I think they're in this. I don't know if you make sense of this. When managers get sacked, there's talk about it, but you can still change
the
trajectory. Yeah. There's a red line in which you hit that sometimes it doesn't matter what you do. They're just waiting for 3 games to lose so you can be sacked.
Yeah.
So Emery did it for a while where he would lose 2 in a row and you go, oh, he's about to get sacked. Then he'd win 3 in a row.
He'd retrieve it.
And you'd be like, we know you're getting sacked. You're just prolonging the inevitable, basically. Yeah. I think Ten Hag might actually be in this.
Yeah.
And this week could be the week because I could see them drawing or losing because basically they're going to have to win home to Chelsea, home to Bournemouth, home to Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
If they then lose to Liverpool, I think he'd be safe.
Yeah.
But I still think he's only safe until he loses 2 or 3 in a row.
Yeah.
So as a United fan, you're in this horrible position now where you're like, we kind of need to just lose.
Yeah.
So we can then move on with whatever we're going to do.
Sorted,
and then get our new manager bounce, get something going and have a rally. Because I think I don't know, he could be just above the line that he wins. Like he could win to Chelsea, win to Bournemouth, lose to Munich, lose to Liverpool.
Yep.
And then we're all going, if he loses the next one, he's probably out.
Yeah.
But he could also lose to Chelsea tonight, but then beat Bournemouth, lose to Munich, then win at Anfield. And again, we don't know what he's doing. So he's in a weird space. I've got him down to beat Chelsea tonight, even though you and Simon have Chelsea winning.
Yeah.
I think they beat Bournemouth quite comfortably at home. Probably some kind of Lindelof header or something. I'm going to go 2-1 at home to Bournemouth because football isn't as neat and tidy as losing 3 in a row.
No, like in my head, if I was to think about those 3 games or 4 games coming up.
Here's a question: he lost to Newcastle. That was a particularly bad performance.
Yeah.
If he were to lose at home to Chelsea tonight,
that's bad.
Is he still in a job at the weekend? Or is that weekend one become the one if he loses at home to Bournemouth?
I think
you're done.
They do. I think if he loses the Chelsea one, I think they look at that Bournemouth game as well. If you can't after that, then beat Bournemouth.
But if he beats Bournemouth, is he just prolonging the inevitable that's going to happen the week after when he loses 7-0 at Anfield?
Yeah, I think so. I think if
he's just hanging on now.
Let's say he beats Chelsea and then let's say he loses to Chelsea, beats Bournemouth. They then look at that as well. You need to make sure you stay in the Champions League now.
But to beat, because it's a long shot. Because even if they beat Munich, they might not still go through.
Yeah.
So it's a horrible situation.
I think that's a. You know what? I'm going to say Bournemouth 2-1.
And you think it is just pure? Because apparently the news outlets are saying that he's lost the dressing room.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily believe that stuff because I think it's just made up. But if
that dressing room is particularly volatile.
We found out with Arsenal that David Luiz had kind of tried to get rid of Emery essentially, and that he had and him and Aubameyang. They weren't actively trying to lose, but they wanted to get the manager out. So they kind of accepted defeat.
Yeah.
And the way they played against Newcastle very much felt like Rashford, Martial, Garnacho, and a couple others were in that boat of, if we lose, at least the manager goes.
Yeah.
I wonder if Bournemouth pop a fight, because Bournemouth are in good form.
Bournemouth doing all right, yeah.
if they start putting up a fight at Old Trafford, I wonder if they just go throw their arms up and go, "Come on, then let's get rid of the manager."
Yeah.
So you could be right.
I can see that.
The next one is the Villa Arsenal game. I'm tempted to throw a preview podcast together at the end of the week before Saturday, maybe Saturday morning, Friday night kind of time.
Yeah.
Because I want to go a bit more into depth there and obviously talk about some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
But I think I'm yet to go against Arsenal this prediction league. I'm going to go with a 3-3 draw.
Okay, that's fair.
Because I can't go against Arsenal. But everything in my body is telling me that's a Villa win.
Yeah, this is a really tough game.
But again, if Villa were to beat us and City, the worst case scenario is they lose to City and then beat us. And then
if we don't make any mistakes, it's going to be a very tight game. Yeah. If we can stop the mistakes that happened last night, then there's no reason why we shouldn't win this. But again, it's the Unai Emery derby. Unai will be very much up for this one.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to go with Arsenal. I can't not do it. I think it'd be Arsenal 2-1 or something. 2-1, I'm going with.
Cool. And then we've got Luton versus Man City.
Wow. At Luton. Wow. Okay.
That'll be Rodri back. Short week. Ooh. Luton put a lot in last night. Yeah. So I said at some point Luton are going to get pumped.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be Arsenal or City doing it. Again, Arsenal scored 4 goals and we should have scored more.
Yeah.
I can't imagine Haaland's not going to get a few goals here.
And Ederson isn't going to make the same mistakes.
No. So I'm going to go with a 3-0 City.
That's fair. I'm going to go 4-0 City. I'm going to raise your 3 and take it to 4.
I appreciate that. The next game is Fulham versus West Ham. London derby. Not interested in that one. Fulham are actually having a little swing here, and West Ham are not. So I'm just going to go with form. Who have we got tonight? Who have Fulham got? West Ham are away to Spurs on a short week.
That's tough.
And then Fulham, I can't find them, Joe.
I can't see them at all.
Home to Forest.
Yeah.
So they got a couple nice home games there.
Yep.
I have them down as beating Forest. You've got Forest winning.
Okay. When do West Ham get their players back then? The ones
I think they're pretty much back to fitness.
Are you going Fulham?
I'm going to go Fulham.
Okay.
1-0. I don't know. I really don't know with some of these teams at this minute.
Well, because those players are back, I'm going to play devil's advocate and I'm going to go West Ham. I think West Ham will win this one 2-0.
0-2.
Yeah.
Next one is Everton at Chelsea, at home to Chelsea.
Okay.
I believe this is a 2:00 along with the Fulham West Ham and Luton City. I assume Luton City's on TV.
I would have thought so.
But Everton Chelsea is a hell of a game because with the deductions, we're waiting for this cauldron atmosphere. Everton.
Yeah.
Everton are home tonight to Newcastle tomorrow night.
Yep.
2 big home games against 2 big teams, 2 state-owned teams nearly. I don't know. They're going to win one of them. I would say.
Well, I've gone Newcastle to beat Everton, so
I'm going to go Everton. I think this is a big week for that. I think they might turn over Newcastle and Chelsea.
Yeah, I think Chelsea are too unpredictable.
2-1, I'm going. Everton.
Chelsea's really hard to predict.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be tight. I think it's going to be tighter than what the paper tells you.
Right.
I'm going to go with Chelsea.
Okay.
I think Chelsea will tip it.
What?
Because Chelsea do have it. 2-1. I think Everton will be in it, but I think Chelsea will just add that little bit more.
And then a big game, the 4:30 Sunday, Super Sunday, is Spurs v Newcastle.
Woof.
So this one, who are Newcastle playing tonight? Tomorrow night? Everton. So I'm hoping they lose that but beat Spurs.
Yeah.
So, because Newcastle are a little bit of a problem because they could creep up here on us. Spurs, I just want them to always lose. The only time I don't want them to lose is when they're playing City.
Yeah.
And even then, I either want them to get thumped or draw.
Yeah.
I don't want them to win.
Just drop points.
But them versus Newcastle, I think Newcastle got that. I think they're too strong for a team like Spurs.
Yeah, I think Spurs have definitely shown
weakness.
They've got weak knees.
I'm going to go 3-1 Newcastle away from home.
You know what? I'm going to match you on that. I'm going to go 3-1 Newcastle as well. I think Newcastle have the ability to bully teams. Yeah. Which is annoying when you're playing them, but it's also very fun to watch.
They also just punch people now and they get away with it.
So. They can do what they want. Yeah, I think they'll bully that Spurs team, and that Spurs team won't know what to do with it. Newcastle comfortable.
So the predictions for the 2 days, oh my God, are in. So sweet, 20 points here. Everyone's already got 2.
What a big one.
The fact that you and I have gone pretty much different on nearly everything, except for a couple.
We started the same.
There's going to be. I'll tell you what. There's going to be a big swing this prediction week. I'm just seeing if we haven't got any from Simon. So off mic, I'm going to find out Simon's, pop them down, and then next week I'll let you know what he's gone for. I was about to do a little Champions League preview because obviously next Tuesday we've got a big game before our next pod.
Yeah.
But the fact that I want to do a little preview for the Villa game,
that makes sense. Yeah.
I might do a little Villa Arsenal, PSV Arsenal preview, maybe Saturday morning, maybe Friday night, somewhere around then. You can look forward to that. So what we're going to start doing is, I think this Wednesday pod that you listen to, today was quite heavily Arsenal at the start, the Luton game. But again, it was such a big game. We had to talk about a lot of the talking points. But we do Prediction League. Usually, I think what we're going to do is probably prediction and Premier League podcasts on the Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then throughout the week, we'll do some more Arsenal ones around it. So if you're not an Arsenal fan and you're not really bothered about the Arsenal bits, I'll write in the description it's an Arsenal pod. But on the Wednesday, look forward to that Premier League one. And we're going to talk about all things Premier League. It's essentially an unbiased look at all the games. We do have our natural biases against Spurs and towards Arsenal, but we've talked about how good Spurs have been this year, how bad Spurs have been this year.
We try not to.
We've done a Man United podcast with Bruno.
Yeah.
We've done a few things. So we like to talk about all things Premier League. So the Wednesday, if you want Premier League action, it's going to be that day. And then look out for some more added ones on the feed for Arsenal previews, reviews, any information. And sometimes there'll be some Premier League ones that come up. So if, there's a massive talking point in the Premier League that comes up on a Thursday and we're not recording for another 5 days, I might throw together a little solo pod, or Joe might jump on it, or even Simon. So look out for all of those. We're going to start posting a little bit more, and you can follow us at the Gunners R Us podcast on YouTube. This video today will be going up there. Make sure you give that a subscribe and a like and maybe a comment. The shorts will be up on TikTok. It will be over at ByTBA on TikTok. We're at ByTBA on Instagram, and same as Twitter. And look out for our other podcasts. We have another podcast that's just started to drop. Keep your eyes peeled. Is Peppercorn Boys. The Peppercorn Boys on anywhere you get your podcast. There's also a YouTube there of the Peppercorn Boys. Just search that on YouTube and you'll find it. It's me, Joe Bruno, and the two boys from the WWE, Elton Prince and Kit Wilson. They haven't been on an episode yet because they've been busy, very much like Simon.
Yeah.
But we're holding the fort down until we can get them in. But we are the Peppercorn Boys, the 5 of us. Make sure you give that a like and subscribe. Other than that, have you got an outro? Or have you got something?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to prepare to end the podcast. So I'll let you crack on. I will see you probably at the end of the week.
So this weekend, Unai's going to have to swallow his pride because this is going to be the start of Aston Villa's villain origin story. Come on, Arsenal!